welcome to Ivy Madness. Right now, we are excited to be joined by the top-seeded Columbia Lions. Joining me is head coach Megan Griffith, along with seniors Kitty Henderson, Cecilia Collins, and sophomore Riley Weiss. We'll start with some opening comments from Coach and then move into questions from the media. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we will bring a microphone over to you. Please state your name and affiliation prior to asking your question. Coach, welcome to Ivy Madness, and would you please make an opening statement?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you for having us, to everybody here at Brown. It's exciting. Obviously, this is March. This is why we do what we do. And, I have a great group of players and coaches that have really earned being here at the top seed, and just excited to show what we can do. I think we're playing some of our best basketball right now, and we'll let you hear from all of them about why and what our main goals are here at this tournament. But the big thing is you're going to see a great brand of Columbia women's basketball that we're excited to showcase as we continue to play in this month.
Jen Hadfield with the next. Hey, everybody.
Jen.
Meg, I want to ask you about your Defensive Player of the Year here for a second. With Kitty winning that, where have you seen the most growth from her over her career? And just for the program as a whole, is it significant to you that you have a Defensive Player of the Year, given, how much focus over the past couple of years has been on how great your offense is?
Definitely. It's, one, super proud of Kitty for just being whatever we need. I think the things that make her great are the things that are just in her DNA, her toughness, her resilience, we always say her ability to suffer well. And what the major steps I think she's taken even from last year to this year is just her on-ball defense and off-ball awareness. To be leading the league in conference play and steals per game is a great feat. And, she makes every play you need. Right? She's a ball getter, total ball getter, in my opinion. And, I'm just proud to see that, one, as our engine on the offensive end and what makes us play fast, she's able to press and get us organized defensively, starting at the top usually, to get us into what makes us great in transition in both ways of the court. So, again, just super proud of her, and I know that this is something she didn't probably even think about, and that's what makes her so great as well.
So you went right where I was going to go next, which is, Kitty, how much was, your ability to be a Defensive Player of the Year, on your radar? How much was your defense kind of a focus coming into this year?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't think I really thought about it at all. I think, especially in this program, we're very focused on, the team and our goals. So I think, individually, that definitely wasn't on my radar. But obviously, I'm super happy and grateful. But we've definitely got business to take care of, and I'll definitely use that defensive kind of skill to get us there. But, definitely focused on our goals this weekend.
I'll just do one more and then hand it over to you.
Go ahead.
Meg, just curious, you mentioned earlier in the season doing some prep for this tournament when you came up to Brown last time.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel coming into this, and how do you feel like that is going to pay off for you guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything is about the process, right? And we approached that game and that opportunity to come to Providence that weekend talking about envisioning ourselves here in March, right? Fast forward however many weeks. And I just think this team has really taken seriously that visualization and that ability to put themselves in the moment, even if we haven't been there yet. So, that's what that weekend was for, honestly. And to play well in a gym that, I know we haven't had some of our best basketball games here in the past. That was also really important for us, and a big step was to feel like we fulfilled our execution on both sides of the floor. So I'm just excited that, there's a lot of familiarity here. We feel confident in this gym. I'm very, very honest. Our team is ready to go.
Rob Brown, Ivy Hoops Online. For coach and players, the Harvard game, after that, I guess in terms of the process, what did you all learn from that game that kind of motivated you the rest of the way, the regular season, and then leading it into the tournament?
Yeah, I can go. I think a big thing for us was how important it is that we're connected the whole 40 minutes. Obviously going into that next weekend against Princeton, we knew that we would face similar adversity, and obviously now going into March, we knew we'd face that similar adversity. So making sure that when we faced that adversity that we stuck together rather than pulled apart from each other. So that was definitely an emphasis. I think Kitty mentioned it at one point, we needed to sit down and watch that game together and really hold people accountable, because that wasn't our best basketball. It wasn't close to it. So I think that was a good learning experience for us. And, you know, as long as you take those losses as a learning experience, then, like, you can move forward and get better from it. But, yeah, like I said, I mean, I think we learned a lot from that game, and definitely going to have a lot better basketball this weekend. So.
Now that you're all the 1 seed, you know, it's great to start off early with the press conference, but what are some of the benefits that you get with being the 1 seed, even if it's just playing a couple hours early? How does that help for tomorrow and for potentially for Saturday?
Yeah, no, I think it's really big. I mean, obviously the championships are back-to-back, so recovery is super important. Getting our game, you know, like focusing on the first one, and then we're able to recover afterwards if we take care of business like we should. But yeah, I think it's just like looking at it that way and making sure that we have everything else lined up. And then obviously we can watch the second game, which is great as well. But I really think, you know, we are focused on just the first game, taking care of business, for sure.
And I guess, I'm sorry, what's the benefit of, last year you were home, what's the benefit this year of being on the road?
No distractions.
And I guess last one for me right now is, it's been a couple months since you played Penn. How are you different as a team compared to mid to late January, and what do you think is different about Penn?
Okay. I think like Riley. I think all assets of our game have gotten better. Like our press package has got a lot better, and I think, like Cece mentioned before, like we've been playing more together, and we learned that after the Harvard game and focusing on. We've been talking a lot about having blue heads versus red heads, so just focusing on having blue heads the entire time, which means like keeping our cool in games. Yeah.
More questions.
Yeah. Riley, just for you, I'll start with Riley, but Kitty, Cece, feel free. We'll get you paired. Kitty, Cece, feel free to jump on this too, but I'll start with Riley. You know, going back to what Meg was saying kind of about visualization, staying in the moment, I'm curious kind of how those things or other tools kind of in your mental toolbox have helped you kind of, you know, go through this season and get to where you guys are now.
Yeah, those things are definitely important. I mean, we've had a bunch as a team. We do a lot of visualization, so I feel like that's been helpful, and all those things really matter. And yeah, just like little things like that is what gives us an edge over other teams.
Perry Page from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Question from all of you, including Coach G. If you could describe Coach G in one word, what would it be? And do you think Coach G has stickiness?
Good ending.
Making it tough.
From last year. Yeah, loving. No, I would say like mother, because I think that like my mother, she'll be like very honest with you and like what you need to hear in that moment. But at the same time, like she's gonna love you really hard too. So like I just think she has such a good balance of like pushing you really hard, but also loving you really hard, and like knowing so much about you and like caring about relationships, but then also like obviously making you such a good basketball player. And then in response to the second part, I definitely think she has some stickiness. Some? Yeah, just a little bit.
My word would be winner. I think obviously, like you've been able to see, Coach G has won a lot of games. She completely like turned this program around, but I think she's also just a winner in life, like with everything she does. I think the coaching staff like preaches to us like how you do anything is how you do everything, and I think that's how Coach G goes throughout life and makes her a winner.
Nice.
I will describe Coach G as tough. That's all.
That's it.
For the players, general comments about playing in March at the tournament. Are we excited, tired legs? Is it more business as usual? Where are we at?
Yeah, no, we're definitely excited. I mean, it's definitely business as usual, but I think it's like that next step up. We're really excited to be here. We're ready to go, like Coach G said. Yeah, taking care of business this weekend.
Yeah, feeling fresh.
Yeah.
I think we're all feeling good and ready to go and excited to attack Penn tomorrow.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.